Okay, so welcome back to session 3, syntax and statements. Here we will learn assignments, expressions and prints, if else, while loops and for loops and iterations. Now before that we have to note that percentile S denotes string, percentile D denotes integers, percentile F denotes floating point numbers, percentile dot number of digits then F gives us the fixed amount of digits for a floating point number, and percentile small x or percentile capital X gives us X representation in lowercase or uppercase. Now coming back to logical operators, we all know that logical AND, logical OR and logical NOT are there in all the languages. Same as in Python, there is also logical AND and logical OR. They will be denoted by words, that is AND, OR. Like if name equal to John and age equal to 23, then colon, print your name is John and your age is 23. This colon gives the indentation block, that is in Python we don't need to create braces to give the indentation, to give the output as blocks. We can use the indentation blocks in here like using the colon. The if statement is used to check a condition, that is if the condition is true then it will go to the if block, and if the condition is false then it go to the false, that is the else block. Now if we are going to check this one, we will write x equal to 2 if the output is read. You can see that if x equal to 2, after that I have put the colon, that is starting the indentation block. Automatically it creates a space and gives us the print. Then when I am giving the next enter, it goes to the next line. If I am continuing in here, then it will mean that that line is also under if block. So I give the backspace and gone back to the end of beginning of the line and written else, then colon, then enter, and it gives us the second indentation block for the else part. And in here I have written print black and completed the whole thing and given the output as read. So if we need to create a nested if else, we will just write like this. So this way the nested if else is done. You have to write if instead of else if. Check in here in the comparison operator, we will see that if equal to b colon, then print else colon, print something else. The comparison operators are same like double equal to, not equal to, is equal to, less than, greater than, etc. the nested if else, we can see that if the value is something else, then the elif value is something other, then again elif, and finally the else part. Now coming back to conditions. The Python uses boolean variables, that is true or false. Like if we are writing x equal to 2 and now we check the print x equal to 2, it will not give us the value of x, but it will check whether the value of x is 2 or not. That is, the output will be true, and if it is not, then the output will be false. We have to remember that the equal to operator is for the value input, while the double equal to operator is for the checking, that is the comparison, same as before. The in operator. The in operator in Python mainly acts as a check of if a specified object exists within an iterable object container, such as list. Check name equal to John. Now if name in John, Rick, so it is checking that the name variable has either John or Rick or both. If that satisfies, then print your name is either John or Rick, or print something else. The is operator is different. The is operator acts like a double, looks like a double equal to operator, but does not match the values of the variables but the instances of themselves. Like if I am checking a list, say x equal to 1, 2, 3, and for y equal to also 1, 2, 3. So both x and y are list. Now we are checking print x equal to y. So this line is true, so obviously it will give us true. But if we have written print x is y, then it will give us false, because is operator checks the instances, and we all know that is instance of a object or a variable is different, because instances are created in the memory, and for every object or every variable they are different. So obviously x and y are not same. Now coming back to the not operator. Using not before a boolean expression inverts it, that means changes the value. Say print not false, it will give us the output true. Print not false equal to false, it will give us the output false. Why? Because not false means true, so it will check true equal to false. So that suits? No. So obviously false. Now coming to loops. To write a loop, for loop, like check primes, we have taken a prime, I have taken here. Prime is a list which has 2, 3, 5, 7. So for prime, in primes, here prime is another object I am taking for the loop, that is the loop variable. Like in our C or C++ we have taken I or J, like that. So in here prime is my that variable. So for prime in primes, that is the list, print the value, that is prime. So it will give us the output 2, 3, 5, 7, because whenever that primes, the list continues, the list counts, the prime variable will count it as 1, then 2, then 3, then 5 times, like that. We can check some other also, like for x in range 5, print x. Now how come? Because it will give the output as 5 times, that is you have the x will continue as 5 times and will give the output in print x. So from 0 to 5 times. And for while loops. In while loops we can count as, say count equal to 0 while count less than 5 colon print count, then count plus equal to 1. This will continue and give us the output 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, that is 5 times the output. Okay, now here we can see that the break statement, which terminates the loop statement and transfers execution to the statement immediately following the loop. How come? We can check them in here, like current letter P, Y and T. How come? Because it checks the letter in Python, that is the letter variable has the value Python. After that, if letter equal to H, if the letter is there, H letter is there, then break, and it will print the current letter. That is, it will first give us the output P, then followed by Y, then followed by T, and when it encounters the H letter, it breaks from that loop and goes outside of that letter, total of the loop. Same as in continue statement, we can write for letter in Python if letter equal to H colon, then continue, print outside of the loop, print current letter, comma, letter, and the outputs are the total word, that is P followed by Y, then T, then H is omitted because if found H, then continue, that means after H it will continue. So after H comes O, then followed by N. And here is another thing, there is an operator called pass. We have to write for letter in Python if letter equal to H. If the letter H is found, then it will pass. That means we want the total, so it will pass, and now outside print the current letter. the total. Here the pass keyword gives the pass, that is the eligibility of the age word to be printed in the screen, because the Python interpreter uses age as a checking option. Whenever in the break and continue statement blocks, it gives the age as a checker. So before the age or after the age, all the words are used and checked. But in pass, through the pass keyword, the age is also checked and passed to be printed in the screen. So if later equal to age, that means age is found, then it will pass, that means age will be print and continues on. So then again followed by O, followed by then N, and the total output is there. So this is all about the if statement, the else if, the loops in Python. I hope you have enjoyed this one a lot and you have gained some idea about Python also. And here ends the session 3. Thank you.